Everybody's life is like a movie. And when you encounter someone new, it's like you're walking into the middle of their movie. You have no idea of what's gone on before you arrived.
Good morning, Detective.
You seen anything yet?
Not really. Ready to see him?
Yeah, give me a sec.
As we live out our own movies, new characters can come in and completely alter the plot, sending us down a path that was never part of our original script. But like in a movie, when that new character enters, your storyline changes completely.
Motivation is when the people written about need to accomplish something throughout the narrative. Now, although characters need all sorts of things, their specific motivation is whatever they wish to gain by the story's finish. Now, I don't care if we're talking books, movies, short stories, even video games. All characters need motive to drive the story forward. Now, every good story has strong characters and strong conflict. If your characters are weak or the conflict is minute, then nobody's going to care what happens in your story. Yes.
What if there is no conflict?
Then there is no story. Conflict is the lifeblood of a good narrative. Your main character needs a goal, a dream, a desire, and then you need to place as many obstacles in the way as you can. As your hero overcomes those obstacles to achieve his objective, you now create compelling interest.
All I'm saying is statutory rape should not be based on a girl's age.
What should it be based on?
Her breast size.
Her breast size?
Yeah. You can't tell me that there hasn't been a student in one of your classes where you thought, Christ, not a jury in the world would convict me if I tapped that.
Would you respect me any less, Tom, if I told you I haven't?
Yeah, right. You're not a gym teacher. Spend 20 minutes with one of them on the volleyball court, bouncing around and sweating, then come talk to me. I mean, you gotta realize, girls develop a lot faster these days than they did back when those laws were made. I mean, even the name, statutory rape, it's wrong. They threw rape in there to make the crime sound more vile than it is. I mean, rape implies dragging into the bushes, kicking and screaming. But if you're sipping on sparkling cider in a hot tub, the girl that's 16 that looks like she's 25, that's not rape, statutory or otherwise. And it shouldn't be called that either.
What should they call it?
I don't know. Inner-aged loving.
Inner-age loving.
Yeah. Okay, hear me out. Say a guy gets popped for having sex with one of his students. The penalty for statutory rape is 7 years.
Is that what it really is?
I don't know, I'm just guessing. But say the penalty is 7 years, right? But change the name of the crime to inner-age loving. And knock 2 years off for each cup size the girl is.
If the girl's underdeveloped and actually looks like a child, give them the full sentence. But if she's a B cup, knock 2 years off. If she's a C cup, knock 4 years off, and so on.
What if she's a pair of double Ds?
Community service.
Guys, this is Louise Sutton. She just moved here from Elmira, New York. Miss Sutton will be teaching 7th grade social studies. This is Vincent Marsden. He teaches English and creative writing.
I think my daughter will be in one of your classes.
I'm Tom Butler, gym teacher.
Brad Naismith, math.
Principal Murphy, the new math books just arrived. They need you to sign for them.
I was just showing Miss Sutton around.
They can't wait.
I'd be happy to show Miss Sutton around.
I'd appreciate that. I was just about to show her the track in the courtyard area.
Just give me a minute and I'll change.
So how long you been a teacher here?
Oh, God. Going on 7 years.
How do you like it?
Love it. I've always gotten along with the kids, and, well, it works out really well for me. So, is your husband a teacher also?
I don't have a husband. It's just me and my daughter, Raven.
Raven, huh? That's an unusual name.
I named her after the character Mystique from X-Men. I'm not a big fan of the movie, but I really like the name.
Lucky for her, you didn't go with Wolverine.
Hey, kids! Tom Butler. We met briefly in the gym?
Yes, I believe we did. Louise Sutton.
Hey, any relation to Frank Sutton? He played Sergeant Carter on Gomer Pyle. Now there was an underrated actor.
Didn't you get enough exercise on the basketball court?
Come on, there's a couple of words that should never be used in the same sentence. Like enough and exercise, organized and religion, Adam Sandler and actor. Some things are just not meant to be said together.
How about good and bye?
Oh, yeah. I'm interrupting something?
Well, as a matter of fact, we were just...
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're giving her a tour of the place. Yeah, well, anyway, I'll let you two get on with it. Nice to meet you.
Talk about tourist interruptus.
That's okay. I really should be going anyway.
So soon? We haven't even finished the tour.
By the time I get the bus and get home, it'll be almost 6. My daughter gets really nervous if I'm home too late.
Don't you have a car?
The minute we made it into L.A., it died.
Whereabouts do you live?
Over in the Reseda area.
You know what? That's on the way to my place. Why don't you let me drive you home?
Oh, I couldn't impose.
No imposition at all. You know, I have to go that way anyway. The least I could do is drop you off. I like what you've done with the place. Earth tones.
You should have seen it before I hired the decorator.
Can I use your restroom before I go? I've had about 5 cups of coffee today.
Of course. Over that way, down the hall, second door on the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. Sorry. Jesus.
Apology accepted.
Jesus.
Can you hand me that plunger?
Well, I'd better be on my way.
Oh, hold on a minute. Let me introduce you to my daughter. Raven?
That's okay. You know, I can meet her tomorrow
Just take a
with
second.
class. Okay.
Honey, this is your new English teacher, Mr. Marsden.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to see you too. Mom, the toilet in my bathroom's clogged up again.
Again?
Yeah, I tried to use the plunger, but it didn't help.
I can tell you I'm going to love this place. The pipes rattle, the toilet's back up, and I've already found roaches.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. It's uncanny the little things one finds in this place. I can't do this.
Of course you can.
Look, okay, if Ellen is X years old, in 13 years she'll be 24, right? So X plus 13 equals 24. So you just subtract 13 from 24, and what do you get?
11?
Right. 11 plus 13 equals 24. So X is 11. Give me another one.
12 is 16 less than 4 times y.
Okay, so 12 equals 4 times y minus 16. So we start by adding 16 to 12, and what do you get?
28.
And what times 4 is 28?
7?
Right, so in this case, y equals 7. Do you get it?
I think so.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi. Just I was fixing my hair.
Fixing your hair, huh? I didn't know my daughter had broken hair. Thank you, Josette. I really appreciate you always coming by to help Sharon out.
No, it's no problem.
So, is your hair fixed now?
Yes.
I don't know. It still looks broken from here. So how was school today?
It was okay. We're learning algebra.
Are you learning it okay?
I think I have it figured out. X almost always equals 11, and y almost always equals 7. I'd say you just can't take algebra too seriously.
Okay, can anyone tell me what we were discussing yesterday? Yes, David.
We were talking about the importance of motivation.
That's right. How do you strengthen motivation? Yes, Janice.
Obstacles put in its path?
Well, that's part of it. The main character needs to have a strong desire. He needs to really want something. It could be as simple as wanting to find true love, as complex as wanting to rob a bank. It could even be as lame as Pee Wee Herman wanting to find his bike. It doesn't matter how simple or even stupid the desire is. If it's important to the main character, it'll be important to the audience. Raven, did you get lost?
No.
Everyone, we have a new student. This is Raven Sutton. So, you didn't get lost. Why were you late?
I just was. You want to send me to the principal's office?
No, we'll let it slide this time, but try to be on time in the future, okay? As I was talking about before, desires are very, very important. If you emphasize the importance to the character, the audience will get it.
I'm sorry. I'll talk to her about her attitude.
I wouldn't be too hard on her. I'm sure a lot of it has to do with being in a new environment.
Still no excuse for her being rude. It's times like this I miss my husband. He's a much better disciplinarian than I am.
So where is your husband these days? If you don't mind my asking.
I don't mind your asking. He's dead.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
It's all right. It was years ago. Cancer. I've had to raise Raven alone. I guess I just don't discipline her like I should.
Well, when she gets used to the new surroundings, makes a few new friends, I'm sure she'll be fine.
Oh, that reminds me. In about 2 weeks, I'm going to have a little housewarming party for her.
Housewarming party for Raven?
Okay, it's for both of us. But, you know, I thought it'd be a good chance for her to make some friends, and I could get to know more of the staff.
Good idea.
I'd love it if you and Sharon could come.
No, we'd be delighted.
Great. Wow, that was a fast lunch break. I'll see you later.
Hey, are you busy later?
Busy?
I remember a time when the only people who had tattoos were sailors and porn stars. You don't have any hidden tattoos, do you?
Do I look like the kind of woman that would have a tattoo?
No, thank God. I always wonder about the first woman who looked in a mirror at her backside and thought to herself, yeah, I could splash ink across that.
Yeah, it is kind of gross.
Yeah. Just imagine, 40 years from now, all these women going to skin doctors to have the bat removed from the top of their asses.
No, honest, Doc, it was a butterfly when I had it put on 32 years ago. How can you not like onions?
They're gross. Onions are the devil's testicles.
One day I'm going to make you an Italian dinner, and I'm going to put one small onion in the sauce, and you won't even taste it.
If I put a drop of cat pee in your sauce, you wouldn't taste it either. Roger Moore's okay, but who could compare with Connery?
Oh, yeah. He had it going on.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Pierce?
Not bad. He's sort of a hybrid of Moore and Connery.
And what do you think about the blonde one?
The ugly guy?
Yeah.
He looks like a fellow you'd hire to clean your gutters.
Don't tone it down for me. How do you really feel?
Well, I tried to enjoy his films, but I couldn't because of all the rumbling noise.
Rumbling noise?
Yeah. Ian Fleming rolling in his grave.
Since Philip's death, I've been putting all my energy into raising Raven. Unfortunately, anytime I dated anyone, she felt threatened.
Has she accepted any of your new relationships?
Not one. Although I wouldn't exactly call them relationships. Most of the guys never stuck around long enough for her to get to like them. After a while, you just stop trying.
Maybe we should all do something together. Is there some activity she likes? I mean, maybe camping, miniature golf, bowling? I don't know.
She's not all that gregarious. She does enjoy photography. And she's pretty good at computers.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she restores pictures, old photographs. She's really quite good at making collages. She made
Hey, I've got an idea. This Sunday, I was going to take Sharon to Venice Boardwalk. Why don't you and Raven join us? She'll love it.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. You're new to California. You've got to experience Venice. We'll do some shopping, we'll have a great meal, and it'll give Raven a chance to see what a swell guy I am.
Where the hell have you been?
Raven, honey, you startled me. What are you doing out of bed?
I asked you a question.
I went to dinner with Vincent. I texted you telling you I'd be at the pier.
When?
Oh, don't tell me you didn't get it. You live on that iPhone of yours.
Are you gonna start dating him now?
Look, Vincent's the first man to come along in years who makes me feel like a woman. I'll be damned if your insecurities are going to take that away from me.
So selfish.
I'm selfish. Listen to yourself.
You don't even know him. How can you judge his character so soon?
I might ask you the same thing.
Well, I'm not the one dating him.
I'm a good judge of character.
Oh, really? You wouldn't know it based on your previous choice.
I'm not going to keep apologizing for the kind of man your father was. Raven, come back here. I'm not through with you yet.
I'm not through with you either.
Little love, you have to accept that Mommy likes this man. It's nice to have company now and then.
Stop talking to me like I'm a child. Don't you enjoy my company?
For someone who doesn't want to be treated like a child, that's a pretty childish thing to say. No matter where this goes with Vincent and me, I will never love anyone more than you. You're my life.
Yeah. Let's see how your attitude changes after he's fucked you a couple of times.
I am so sorry.
Don't you ever hit me again. Ever.
Okay, let's get one thing straight. If I want to go out with a man, if I want to kiss a man, if by God I want to bring him home and ball his brains out, it's my choice, his luck, and none of your damn business. You got that?
Do you really think he'd like you if you weren't attractive?
You're not an evil girl, so why do you try to be?
You have no idea how vulnerable you are.
Wow, this is a crazy place. I've never seen anything like it. Raven, come on, keep up.
I want to walk in the water.
Okay, go ahead, but be careful, all right?
I'm only going to go up to my ankles, Dad.
Okay.
Raven, why don't you go with her?
I'm not a babysitter.
Come on, Raven, what did we talk about? See? I told you she'd come around.
You don't think she seemed a little upset?
Maybe just a little bit pouty. That's just Raven realizing the world doesn't revolve around Raven.
I love the beach so much. Don't you?
No. Actually, I don't.
When my mom was alive, she used to take me here all the time.
What happened to your mom?
Car accident. A drunk driver ran a red light. She died on the spot. It was about 5 years ago.
Do you miss her?
Yeah, a lot. But I know my dad misses her more. I used to hear him crying at night.
You like her, don't you?
Who?
Louise?
She's great. She kind of reminds me of my mom.
You have a lovely daughter.
So do you.
I know you don't mean that. That's very sweet of you.
No, I do mean that. I really like Raven, and, well, given some time, I'm sure she'll like me too.
Maybe. If you're willing to hang around long enough.
Why wouldn't I hang around long enough?
It may take her a very long time to warm up to you. Eventually, you might just decide you've had enough.
Louise, I'm not going anywhere.
Others have said that.
I'm not others.
You'll need patience.
I majored in patience.
She'll always have to be number one.
Fine. I'm okay with being a silver medalist.